Promotional consideration paid for by the following.
Okay, so here we go. Welcome to Quick Shot Reviews, the dedicated movie channel for Cheap Shot Entertainment. And this week's movie is The Nun 2, a film by Michael Chavez and starring Taysa Farmiga. I had to read that because I don't really know how to say it. Jonas Bliquet and Storm Reed is also in this film as well. Um, and yeah, a lot of the same people returning. Got Bonnie Aarons playing the demon nun as well, which it's can't see any other person playing the nun, to be honest. But yeah, I mean, although it is the title role, don't get to see them very often. However, this one does something slightly different, which I'll go into in the main part of the podcast. And we hope that you will join us there after clicking like and subscribe, and joining us on social media, Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook, or rather, should I say, X. Expecting like Exhibit to sort of roll up in a new car and saying, "I'm coming to pimp your ride," whenever I say that. Anyway, what did I think of The Nun? Well, you're just going to have to join us to find out after our introduction. The Nun, directed by Michael Chavez, is a sequel to The Nun. The Nun 2 is a sequel to The Nun, a film that carries on the legend after 6 years when. Hold on, there we go. So, 1956, France, a priest is murdered, and evil is spreading. The sequel to the worldwide smash hit follows Sister Irene as she once again comes face to face with Valak, the demon nun. Yeah, so it's set 6 years after Sister Irene defeated Valak in Romania, and I've got to say, it is a massive improvement on the first one. The first one was shite. Yes, demonetized me. I don't get monetized anyway, but whatever. I'm just going to come out and say it was shite. After a great debut for Valak in The Conjuring 2, which was a good film, the first one just it took all the horror tropes and made them bad. This one's still got a lot of horror tropes, but there's a lot to love in this film. There's some really good, intense, scary scenes. There's also a lot where you'll be just going, "What?" and pointing at the screen going, "Why are you doing that?" But I'm a lover of horror movies. I love this time of year, and this film was pleasantly surprised. It's not going to break any records. It's not going to bring home any awards for being the best picture of 2003, but there's a lot to love. And Taysa Farmiga plays Irene very, very well. Jonas Bliquet returns as Maurice. Storm Reed is introduced as Sister Deborah, a nun who is questioning her faith, her belief in God and Jesus. And this is a lot about faith. It's a very faith based movie. This demon, the idea of a fallen angel, taking back what was theirs, and using this um, power that they have to retrieve said items, like biblical items, to gain more power. And yeah, there was a lot to love about this film. Incidentally, Caitlin Rose Downey is definitely one to watch. Young actress who did really well again, playing alongside the other actors and actresses in this film, and carried the plot a lot. There was a lot of a lot of diversity in her performance, and I love that. The musical score is brilliant. There's a lot of silence, which I loved, and there's one particular scene with a magazine rack, which I thought was absolutely brilliant. It really took it back to the original Conjuring with that particular scene. Great scene it was to really enjoyed that one. Um, so with a there's a lot of horror films that don't really stick an ending. The crescendo is pretty good actually in this film, and it does feel like the story is continued really well in terms of the backstory of the Conjuring. Obviously, Valak being the sort of start of the Conjuring universe, the earliest version of things to come. And yeah, it's decent. It's not great, but it's good, and it's worth a watch. It's definitely a massive improvement on the first, which was, I'm not even going to say borderline boring. It was just boring. It was a horrible movie. It wasn't good in any way, shape, or form, apart from the title character of the nun being this presence. Is She's often there, or it is often there, in a way that you don't really see. It leaves marks on the wall. It hides behind pictures. It um, manifests itself in different ways. Like I say, the magazine rack I thought was absolutely brilliant. Um, and yeah, this the idea of this demon nun. It's there to challenge your faith. You're seeing something that is dressed like someone who has given themselves to their faith wholly and completely by swearing allegiance, and then you're seeing it as a demon, a bad thing that kills and sets things on fire, which um, is an interesting way of dealing with things. But obviously, the fire is the pits of hell, and that's a representation of that in my interpretation of it. Um, the one thing I would say about this film is that I couldn't help but compare it to an Indiana Jones film, because the demon nun Valak has been looking for this item for ages and ages, and then along comes a schoolgirl in this private school with about 6 kids in it and a massive building, and finds it straight away in an old church attached to the school. Um, yeah, it's a bit hokey in that respect, but eh, you know, I like Indiana Jones. I like horror movies. Why not put them together? This is, yeah, it's an okay film. It's actually decent, and I'd recommend that you go and watch it. It is that Halloween season, so why not treat yourself? There's plenty more to come. There's Saw X, there's the new Exorcist movie, and quite a few others coming out to support the lineup during September and October. So it's well worth a go, this one. And I am due to go and see The Expendables 4, so check that out as well. Hoping to go and see Saw X at some point. I'm on holiday, so that'll probably be just after I come back. The videos will still keep coming. I'm a bit ahead of myself, so that's good. And basically, I will see you next time. So keep enjoying those movies. Don't ever let a trailer stop you from going to watch a film that you really want to go and see. You may be surprised. And also, in the same token, don't let a trailer make you go and see a film because, again, you may be pleasantly surprised. It's ultimately about individuality and what you want to go and see. There's plenty on. I've surprised myself this year and liking films that I wouldn't necessarily have gone to see if I didn't do this as a job. So, yeah, it's good. And I love my films, and I hope you do too. And I hope you appreciate what I'm giving you in terms of the reviews. And that's enough me being soppy and things. Horror movies, people. It is October. Enjoy your films. I'll see you next time. Goodbye.